Hello, chat. Welcome back to the stream. It's, it's pretty simple. It's me. It's Colin. Um, we got a mid-season special today. Um, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't worry about the background stuff like that. Just gonna be chilling. I got a few things in store for today. Um, obviously, let's get straight into it. I think fair enough. Make sure lighting is decent. Oh, a little bit of lag. Hold on, let's test it out. We're good. Oh, we are having some bad latency. Hold on. It's not one of my streams without problems, without any problems. To be fair, let me also throw it up on the Instagram. And throw that on the story. Alright. Let's get into this, guys. There's a few things I want to touch on as well, or that I will be touching on. Obviously, fantasy, the NFL season. I think I'm going to touch a little bit on college football as well, just because it's football in general. What's good, Cat? But yeah, let's get into it. Starting off, mid-season, bottom rank. It's just gotta be them. Even though they had a bye week this week, they're just still sat at the bottom. Where are they? The Lions. Just makes sense, honestly. I don't really know what else to say. It's the Lions. Yeah, I'm doing them right now. Next up, we had an interesting week this week in NFL wise, because a lot of teams won that personally I don't think should have won. But that's gonna definitely shift with the rankings a little bit. Let's see. So obviously it's kind of the Jets. Nah, I think we got the Texans. Texans, number 2, worst. Obviously 1-8, not doing too good, and out of the bad teams, besides I think the Jets and the Dolphins. Yeah, obviously Dolphins. They lost to the Dolphins, so yeah. I don't think I can do that, Cat, but I'll try getting a little bit more enthusiasm here. So we'll see what we can do here. Let's see. What do we got? Who's number 3? Who do we got third to last here? I think I gotta go. I'm gonna go Jets. Took an L this week. They took an L this week. Pretty disappointing if you're a Jets fan. Especially after the last couple weeks of playing well. But I mean, this team pumped. Somehow Zach Wilson was drafted number 2 overall, and you know I think he was number 2 overall. I want to say. I'm pretty sure he was second draft pick. But they're producing QBs for some reason. Josh Johnson, yeah, he's the third best player or QB on the roster. Mike White and Josh Johnson are playing both better than him. Both had 3 touchdowns on their debuts. I'll get the matchups after I get through team rankings. Or actually, I think the rankings will be a little bit later. Hopefully, I can get usual Jack on the show to do rankings this week, but we'll see. Or if anybody else wants to hop on the show, I'll boot up the Discord so people can join. And if we want to do ranks for this week, or picks this week, I mean, let me know. Just pop in the Discord, basically. Number 4. Don't really know where to go with this, because I'm gonna go Dolphins Jags. I think that's the bottom 5. That's gonna remain the bottom 5 for quite a while, I would say. But yeah, Jags beat the Bills, so obviously they jump up. I think I had them. Yeah, I had them 3 last week. I had them at 3 last week. Wait, did Washington play this week? I completely forgot about Washington. No, I think they had a bye. Yeah, they had a bye this week. Just booting Discord up. They had a bye this week. I forgot. So yeah, I'm gonna keep Washington down here. I don't think I should really move Washington. Honestly, I'm gonna move them below them. We'll put the Jags up to C tier, because Urban Meyer just pulled out that dub, grinded out the dub, as usual. And I think they jump up to C tier. These are going to be bottom 6, I think, for a while. But for now, keep them there. Obviously, going off last week's, I had, I think pretty sure, yeah, I had the Falcons. Wait, did I drop the Falcons back down? No, I didn't. Okay, good. Obviously I had the Falcons. So, I think I'm going to have Falcons again. Let's see, yeah, I think Falcons go next. Pretty sure they lost this week to, they lose. Oh, no, never mind. They beat the Saints. Hold on. This week was confusing. Falcons beat the Saints. They're now 4-4. That's just weird, considering the Saints, were beating teams a lot better. I know the Eagles lost this week, but this is just such a weird week. I don't know who to drop where. Who did I have here? I had Falcons, Giants. I guess I dropped Seahawks because they lost. So we'll go Seahawks there. Tough L this week for the Seahawks, losing to, Seahawks didn't play this week. Whatever. Anyways, I'm all over the place. Okay, bear with me. I wasn't able to watch a ton of football this weekend. I didn't, I guess. Panthers played. They lost the Patriots. Yeah. We're gonna go Panthers here. A fall from grace for the Panthers since the beginning. Big fall from grace for the Panthers. I'm pretty sure at one point I had them A tier, and now they're down to C tier, which is big L. But, 4-5, not a winning record. Think that does it for you, really. I think I'll go the Eagles next. Yeah, I'm gonna go Eagles next. Almost beat the Chargers, but the Chargers haven't been playing well recently, so take it as you want to take it, that the Chargers haven't played well. But for now, yeah, I see the Eagles there. If you guys see me do that, by the way, my chair for some reason likes to drop down, so it's fun. We're gonna go Niners here. And actually, Niners won this week, right? No, never mind. Sorry, they lost to the Cardinals, 31-17. Yeah, put Niners there. And then I got 2 more teams, I think, C tier, right? Yeah. Last two teams in C tier, Giants and Falcons. Giants are just causing chaos this year. Like, for real, though. They are honestly just causing chaos. Sorry, just responding to the group chat to see. I'm sorry, Burson, okay? They're causing chaos. To be fair, they jumped up from mid C tier to top of C tier, so I'd say that's a pretty good jump up, if you ask me. And the Falcons also beat the Saints this week. Kind of a crazy win. Only reason I got the Falcons above the Giants is because Giants were 4 and or only have 3 wins. Falcons have now 4, but yeah, Giants are just being agents of chaos at this point. I think that's the terminology. Yeah, Niners dropped down a decent amount after losing. I mean, yeah, Cardinals are one of the best teams in the league, but compared to other teams, a lot of other teams played well this week. One of them being one that kind of dropped a bit here. We're going to drop the Vikings down to bottom B tier. Not a great performance. Not bad. 31-34 in overtime. Lost to Tucker on an extra point. Again, if you look, they've lost by 1, lost by 7, 3, sorry. Lost by 3, lost by 1, lost by 7, lost by 4. They've lost every game by less than less than a touchdown. They've lost every game by a score, and they actually have a positive points for versus points against, which is just kind of insane. Actually, I think I gotta do that. Actually, Bears, I'll put bottom B. I think I mean they got to jump up obviously from from C tier because they had a really good week against the Steelers, but they should have won that game. Realistically, they should have won that game. They should have I think 4 wins right now. Yeah, realistically they should have 4 wins. That was a BS game. The refs decided it. It was just terrible. It was definitely a fixed type of game. So that's how I say it. And then obviously I already talked about the Vikings, but Fields looked really good in the second half. They were really able to pull it together and make a comeback. Next up, we're gonna go. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go Steelers. And I want to say Saints. No, Colts. Sorry. Let's go Colts then Steelers. Colts have been really good. That offense is great. Michael Pittman, Zach Pascal are starting to come to their own. Mainly Pittman. Pittman's an absolute monster. Obviously Jonathan Taylor's one of the best running backs in the league. Top 3 fantasy running back. And I'll get into the fantasy running back tier list later, but that's all I'm gonna say for now. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor and Carson Wentz looking good, and the defense is starting to play better. Got a good win against the Jets. A lot of people were really hoping that they bet the spread on the Jets because it was plus 10.5. Sadly, the Jets didn't cover that for the people that wanted it in the garbage time scores in the fourth quarter. But yeah, pretty good. I think I kind of glossed over the Giants win. I mean, yeah, that's their Agents of Chaos, but like the defense really balled out this game. I mean, look, Xavier McKinney got NFC Player of the Week, I want to say. 2 picks. The edge rushers sealed the game. Like, this Giants team is going to be a team to reckon with in the future. And potentially this year. especially after the Cowboys game. Well, we'll see. Um, Next team. Oh yeah, Steelers. Duh. They got a BS win against the Bears. That really shouldn't have been a win for the Steelers, but a win's a win, I guess. In those terms, the offense looked all right. Defense looked decent. Kind of just played all right, and really, I mean, they got an undeserved win, but I'm not gonna go here or there. They got a good win over the. They had a couple good wins, and they're on I think they're on a win streak now. I could be wrong, but yeah, no, playing well. 5-3 now. Next up, let's go. Let's go to Saints. They're taking a dip after losing to the Patriots. No, not Patriots. Sorry. Yeah. Wait. Who was? No, Panthers lost to the Patriots. At Falcons. That's what it was. Lost to the Falcons. So they're gonna take a dip. Um, Again, they're just such a weird team, dude. They played either really good or they're really bad. The defense though is extremely good. That's the main thing. The defense is extremely good. The Falcons, a bit underrated. So for now, I'm gonna drop them there. Now, I really want to rank. I really want to go Patriots, Broncos. I'm gonna go Broncos, Patriots. I don't think I'm missing anybody. Yeah, I'm not. Broncos got a really big win against the Cowboys, putting us to a positive record. Uh, 2 straight wins now against Washington and Dallas. We'll get into the predictions of the week, the weekly predictions, and yeah, good win, really good win for the Broncos, and then again, really good win for the Patriots too. Absolutely uh, dominated the Panthers, 24-6. Defense played well. Um, 3 picks on Sam Darnold, and he got hurt, so yeah, really, really good win there. And then Bengals, kind of their fall from grace, really. If we're really talking about it, their fall from grace. Potential S tier now to top of B. Maybe a bit harsh, but like realistically, I can't put them. The only team I could maybe put them above is the Raiders. But yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. I'll put the Raiders above the I'll put the Raiders above the Bengals for now, or the Bengals above the Raiders. Really disappointing loss for the Raiders, and I think this could be the start to their downward spiral that we could see. They do it every year. I think their record's starting to line up with how they did last year too. Look really good to start, lose a few games, get a few good wins, and then start losing again. They're just kind of streaky at times. So yeah, and then obviously I just talked about the Bengals. So next up, the Chiefs. They got a good win over the Packers. That wasn't great though. They also did Jordan Love's mom and girlfriend dirty, putting him in the nosebleeds. Like, they did him really dirty doing that. But yeah, it was a good game. I don't know if I'd say it was the game of the week, but it was one of the better games. Packers almost came back towards the end, but Chiefs were able to hold them out. Very big defense game, and I mean, Packers defense, you gotta be happy with that. And Jordan Love didn't look great, but he also didn't look terrible. I think obviously they had to dumb the playbook down, but there was a few moments and glimpses watching that game that I saw. You have to see the potential that Jordan Love has, and you kind of have to judge him like a rookie QB, not a second-year QB. So since he didn't get to play at all last year, but for first start, not a bad game from him. We'll go Chargers next. Obviously, got a 3-point win over the Eagles. But yeah, they have been worrisome to say the least. They have been worrisome to say the least. But yeah, we'll see what can kind of happen there. Hopefully, I mean, I'm not hoping because obviously I'm a Broncos fan, but from the Chargers' perspective, they just gotta hope that the offense clicks again. They can start getting Mike Williams the ball more and start getting him the ball again. So, but yeah, we'll have to see how the Chargers can end up pulling it out. Next up, I'm gonna go Browns. Really good win. Um, they released Odell. I think they had to. It was kind of a move that had to be made after not being able to trade him. But no, really good win for them, and I mean, beating a good Bengals team and showing that when they're not injured, they can definitely be a Super Bowl contending team. So that's a big result from them. Next, I'm gonna go Cowboys here. Taking a big hit after losing to the Broncos, and overall, you really saw. I mean, the Broncos basically shut them out. Yeah, they got 2 garbage time touchdowns, but Broncos basically shut them out. They shut them out through 10 minutes left in the game, or even 8, I think it was. I don't know. We kind of just stopped really trying, and they got their 2 touchdowns. But yeah, that was a big L for the Cowboys. If you're a Cowboys fan, I think you got to be worrying a little bit here that you could potentially be losing this good of a season. I mean, they'll still make the playoffs, obviously, because NFC East, as you see, NFC East. But you never know. The Giants could come out of nowhere and win this division. I don't think it's likely, but you could hope. Next up, East. So we got 2 teams left in A tier before S tier. I really had to think about this week. Where to put certain teams. Because based off this season, I don't think the Ravens played this week. Did they? Oh, they did. No, yeah, I forgot. They beat the Ravens and Vikings next time. I'm gonna go with Ravens. I'm gonna go Ravens here. Just they got a good win against the Vikings overtime, obviously, but a bit scary because this NFL season's just been unpredictable. Every team has a loss to a bad team. Every team has had some weird losses, and every bad team's had some weird wins. So that's the best way I can describe it. I don't really know how to describe it. This is kind of a season we haven't really seen before, if I'm being honest, or at least I haven't seen in a long time. I don't even remember, seeing a season like this where you have so many big teams losing to small teams, and so many small teams, it's just weird. It's just a weird season. That's the best way to describe it. And then one of these teams one of these teams are dropping out of S tier. And I don't really know who. I kind of have it down to 2 teams. And that's the Packers and the Bills. Based on situation right now, I'm gonna go the Packers. Based on their situations now. If Rodgers plays next week, or this week, and, they win, I think they'd go S tier. But just for now, I'm gonna keep I think the Bills stick S tier. So that's kind of where I'm seeing it. And you'll see a team down here, kind of lingering, that hasn't been in the races hasn't been up here in a while. I don't think they've been up here all season, honestly. The Tennessee Titans coming in at number 4 right now. What a turnaround it's been for them. Like, if we're being honest, what a turnaround. Only loss is Cardinals and then that garbage loss to the Jets, obviously. Oh yeah, I got the Bills at 5. Bit scary, for being honest. But yeah, Titans. What a turnaround. Rams, Colts, Chiefs, Bills, Jaguars, Colts, and Seahawks. After this tough out at the beginning of the Cardinals, who you'll see where they're ranked, and then this just weird loss to the Jets like everybody has, they've been steamrolling. And I think this win against the Rams has really pushed them to where I see them. Next, I'm going to go Rams. I still think they're my Super Bowl favorite at the moment still. I still think that, with Vaughn, once he kind of gets in the swing, that team's just unbelievable. And that defense is one of the best defenses in the league by far. But, yeah, until they get in the swing of things, they're going to have to stick at 3. Another thing, yeah, I'll talk about the Bills real quick. Lost to the Jaguars. I'm going to chalk this one up as every team's weird loss. Obviously, it's kind of scary because the Patriots are 1 game back from the Bills at this point. But, I saw like ESPN dropping them a lot farther. But at this point, Steelers lost to Steelers, Titans, Jaguars. I'm gonna chalk the Jaguars up as the weird loss this week of the season. The Steelers' loss was looking a lot worse at the beginning, but now it's not looking as bad. And again, same with Titans. Was looking like a bad loss, but now not looking as bad as well. But yeah, just kind of a weird type of season for the Bills so far. And then obviously, like, I got Bucks and the Cardinals. Some people have the Bucks at 1. I have it debatable. I got them at 2 now after this few losses to top teams and few wins. Alright. Yeah, some weird wins, obviously, but yeah, I got Bucks at 2 now. I still think they're gonna make the championship in the NFC. Or I think they might make the NFC championship. I don't think they make the Super Bowl. I think it's either the Rams or Cardinals at this point. But, yeah. Then we got the, obviously, yeah, Cardinals number 1. Only loss is the Packers. The fact that they have only 1 loss to the Packers is something that I think is really, they haven't had that weird loss to a bad team yet. Which is why I think that they are number 1 at the moment. And I think they're the only 1 loss team in the league now. Yeah, they're the only 1 loss team in the league now. So, but yeah, that's how my rankings are for now. We'll see next week if it changes at all. But for now, that's where I have it. We're gonna see, let's see, what's next? I think I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go over fantasy. We'll go over fantasy, my fantasy leagues first, and then we'll get into the rankings. You guys see quarterback, running back, receiver rankings. Team has not changed much. Picked up Elijah Moore. AJ dropped Derrick Henry, so I'm just gonna throw. I just threw Derrick Henry up to on my IR slot for now, hoping he might get back by the end of the year. Nobody really knows if he's going to. They said it'd be a surprise, but I also wouldn't be surprised considering, it's Derrick Henry. Um, considering it's Derrick Henry, there's pretty good potential that he could just come back. Um, oops, wrong thing. Oopsies, did not mean to do that. All right, whatever. Anyways, um, don't worry about chat. I was accidentally messing with chat and did not mean to do that. But it's fine. Anyways, fantasy. Back to fantasy. um, Jeff Wilson Jr. I was really hoping for I was really hoping he would get in, but they activated him but didn't play him. So, uh, I'm hoping he gets back and he can be that league winner that I've kind of kept on my IR for the last few weeks. Obviously, I got some decent players still here. DJ Moore. And I picked up Matt Ryan. And then I'm gonna try picking up Derek Carr. We'll see if I end up getting him or not. But so I like Derek Carr a little bit better this week than Matt Ryan, but still like Matt Ryan this week. Just in case that Stafford doesn't play. And any of these guys, if either Keenan or AJ Brown doesn't play, I'm gonna start DJ Moore. I still like DJ Moore a lot. Just been too inconsistent at the moment for me. I just want to see him have one good week, and then I can start being confident starting him again. So, this league got the dub this week. Picked up Freiermuth out of the waivers. I'm happy. I picked up Allen Robinson last week, and he's looking pretty decent. He had 10.8 points, 68 yards, the most he's had all season, which is nice. So hopefully, he can start picking back up. But we'll see. Like, I hope, but I also don't hope because obviously in my main league, Jack has him. Still got Clyde sitting on the IR. I picked up Mason Crosby in this league because I needed a kicker. Got Cardinals, Michael Carter. I picked up Dearness Johnson out of free agency because I think Chubb's not playing this week. Chubb isn't playing, and neither is the other running back. I think Felton, his name is. I'm pretty sure both not playing, so he should have the main load. And I still got Cordell, who's just chilling. Saquon hopefully will be back next week, and then I'm looking pretty nice. Other league here, I picked up Derek Carr, picked up Dearness Johnson. I think this might actually be the league that I think I got AJ Brown. Yeah, I added AJ Brown off waivers. Don't know why. Some dude dropped him. I instantly saw that somebody dropped him, picked him up. Now I have Dawson Knox back this week. So I'm going to throw Dawson Knox on starting. Might throw Schultz back in there, but we'll see. Depends if Dawson Knox plays. Then I still got the same issue that I have on the in my main league, which is I have Keenan Allen, AJ Brown, and only difference is in this league I have Stephon Diggs, and the other one I have the 3 running backs to play flex. So I also have James Robinson. This is one of my best leagues, I'd say. Even though I'm only 5-4 at the moment, I still have a really good team and really like my chances. A lot of people aren't really, playing much in this league, or care too much in this league. So I was able to get a few studs. Talked about my league, my main league already. And then U-Haul League got the win this week. I got Matt Ryan. Saquon's coming back next week. Devonta Smith, Corey Davis. I'm tempted to start Devonta Smith over Judy. I don't know which one I'm going to go with. I just have a lot of decent depth that pops off every once in a while. I'm probably going to end up dropping somebody for Carson this week. Not totally for sure who yet. I didn't check waivers if somebody is here that I wanted to pick up. I just dropped Khalil Herbert. Kenny and Drake is here, obviously. I just know he's here. Mike Thomas. I ended up dropping Mike Thomas in this league. Derek Carr here, he's not in this league. Interesting. Still got Rashad Bateman. I have Rashad Bateman in this league. I still have him in my main league too. But yeah, I'm open for trades. Obviously, I'm just continuing to be open for trades. And in this league, in my main league here, if Derrick Henry can get back before playoff time, I'm going to be looking very, very good. I have probably the biggest matchup of the week this season for me. Going up against Hunter, who's number 1 in the leagues. I'm not going to lie. I was ripping on Hunter's team at the beginning of the year. But now his team's honestly looking good, which is surprising because I didn't expect his team to actually be playing really good at this point. He took Jacobs and Evans. Those both, to me, were 2 players I was kind of... Actually, and Debo. All 3 of them were players that I was like, he kind of drafted. I don't like the draft pick. They're too touchdown dependent. But like Jacobs has been alright. He's putting up 15 a game. So he's averaging about 15. And Mike Evans, Devontae Adams, and Debo has been... He's got the best receiving core in the league, which is crazy because, at first I thought this team was going to be bad, but, he's proven me wrong. I'm projected to win, but we'll see. Boone's supposed to beat Conant as usual. I think Conant's actually going to start trying this league, hopefully. We'll see if he ends up making some moves and stuff. Logan's supposed to beat Cat this week. I don't know if it all comes down to if Rodgers plays or not. If Rodgers plays, I think Cat wins. If he doesn't, I think Logan wins. Jack is supposed to win this week against AJ. AJ's kind of starting a banged up lineup here. He's missing Miles Sanders and Calvin Ridley on IR and out. So he's kind of running Boston Scott, Tony Pollard. This is 2 running backs. Jeez, yeah. AJ's team's falling apart now. And he's got Odell still. So don't really know what happened there. Jack's got a decent team this week. This is definitely going to be his starting lineup for playoff time, I think. Which, it's still a good team. I will see what happens, though. Pat plays Sean this week. Should be a good matchup. Depends. I think Advent's isn't playing, so I think Pat's going to have to pick. He's going to have to start James Conner. Really annoyed. I thought I was going to get James Conner, but I checked the buy order in the morning and saw that Pat ended up getting him, which is really good for him because he has Chase Edmonds as well. And then Justin's on bye this week, so nothing there from him. Looking at standings going in midseason, I think there's 5 games left. Me and Hunter have scored basically the same amount of points. Only difference is points allowed. People's score besides... actually, never mind. After last week, there was a big change in this, but anyways. People score a lot against me, which kind of sucks. This is what the playoffs is looking like. I'm supposed to play Sean now in the first round, which would be pretty funny because I was the one that traded him Zeke. I made the big trade with him with Zeke and stuff. So if Zeke ends up popping off in this playoff game against me, and I lose, be quite interesting to say the least. Logan, Justin, yeah, like I was projecting last week, Logan did jump Jack in the rankings. So now Logan plays Justin and Jack plays Boone. And then obviously Hunter plays AJ. Could see Pat jump up there, but he just has to pass up AJ. But that's it for going over fantasy this week. Now we're gonna move over to I'm gonna go over what my list is for first QBs, running backs, wide receivers. I forgot. Hold on. Yeah, whatever. Actually, it doesn't really matter. These are they're just gonna be ranked. It shows those, but doesn't really matter. And then also this slot, the bum slot, is also going to be players that don't play. Because I don't make these. I just find these online and do my tier list on them. My personal tier list. As well, these are going to be this is based off fantasy, not actual, real life stats. This is based on fantasy. So before people get mad because, say I don't know, somebody like, who's a good one? Someone like Herbert over Rodgers. Is that Kyle? Is that you, Kyle, that's typing in chat? I'm gonna guess yes, but it's also in Korean, so I don't know what it actually says, what the actual username is, so. Anyways, yeah, so number one fantasy QB right now. Sadly, as much as I don't want to admit it, it's Brady. He's the number one QB in fantasy right now. He's averaging the most points. QB1. Oh, what's good, Kyle? Just doing QB rankings now. I will say I do know I had a list pulled up actually. I had a list pulled up, but accidentally turned my computer off before I started the stream. That's why the stream was a bit late. So kind of sucks. I don't have my guide anymore, but I remember to memory most of my list. I made the tier list before, so I could have a decent remembering. Number 2, I have Lamar. Points-wise, obviously Hurts and stuff have scored more than Stafford, but personally, I think Lamar he's basically the same consistency as Stafford with the potential of booming every week with more than Stafford can boom, mainly because of the rushing yards, so that's why I rank him there. As well, also, I'm ranking these off QB rooms in total, so, I got somebody like Russell Wilson on here. If we're ranking Russell Wilson alone, then I'd have him higher. But we're ranking Seahawks QB room, just so, because, Russ has been hurt, so most of the season has been Geno Smith. And just like with the Jets, Zach Wilson has been in there for sometimes. Meaning the Jets aren't going to be higher because of Mike White and Josh Johnson playing well. Those are just the few disclaimers I have before people get mad. But yeah, Lamar at 2. Even though recently hasn't played as well, I still think Kyler's number 3 in QB for fantasy this year. Rankings will say I think he's like 7, 8-ish. But I personally think Kyler's 3. And I think come around playoff time, he's just going to show off and start popping off. They've had a lot of games where they have been able to just kind of run the ball out, not really had to throw the ball too much. But when they need to throw the ball, Kyler has played very well in those games. I think I'm doing 6, and that's 5, and that's 6 for the rankings wise. So, how many people go in each category? Um, I'm gonna go Hurts 4. He's the number 2 PPR QB. It doesn't really matter PPR wise, but still, he's number 2 QB. I have him at 4. Just off consistency wise, last 2 weeks I want to say he hasn't been very consistent. So he's only put up like 10 points. So that's why I'm gonna keep him there. Who did I have next? Stafford. I want to say I had Stafford. Yeah. Stafford. Yeah. Stafford and then Josh Allen. Stafford at 5. He's number 3 ranked QB. I'm gonna put him 5. I'm putting Kyler and Lamar above him just off the fact they have the rushing upside and there's similar passing. Stafford's just kind of bang average, gonna get you 20 a game, and overall just play well. Even though I think he had like 10, 15 last game, doesn't really matter. He's still gonna get you about 20. And then Josh Allen's very boom or bust. Sometimes you'll see like last game where Bills put up 6 points. You'll see other games where Josh Allen throws and they put up 50. They're a weird team. So overall, I think their team is very good. But Josh Allen's fantasy wise, he's gonna barely hit the end of S tier. Starting off A tier now. This is kind of tough. I'm gonna go. Herbert gets the back of S tier. My bad. I forgot. There's 7 in the first one and then 6 in the rest. And besides the D tier, which just has 7. Herbert hits S tier just barely. Personally, I think even though ranking wise he's not that high, personally I think he is that high and he puts up good numbers. Next up, I'm gonna go Burrow. He used to put up really good numbers this year. Overall been solid. When that Bengals offense is clicking, he is putting up 30 a game. And then I'm going to go Rodgers and Love. Love had like 10 points in Rodgers, but Rodgers has been consistent 15, 20 points every week with the potential to have those 30-point games. Plus, sometimes, he has those rushing touchdowns, which is really helpful. So, he can get out the pocket when he needs to. Who did I have next? Let me remember. Mahomes hasn't been himself this year. Overall, the Chiefs haven't been themselves, which is why I have Mahomes so low. Dak. It's this. It's Mahomes, then Rodgers, Love, then Dak. Or actually, no. Sorry. We'll do this. Scratch it. Dak's 3, because Cowboys offense, besides last game, he got those garbage time touchdowns. But, yeah, basically besides last game, he has been very good. And the Cowboys offense has put up a lot of points, which is why I'm going to put them there. I'm going to go Derek Carr and then Tannehill. I think Derek Carr, Tannehill round out my A-tier QB here for fantasy. Raiders have been very good. Now the Titans are going to be leaning more on the passing game than the running game, based on Derrick Henry being hurt. Granted, they are a passing team, or they're a running team still, run first, but I like the fact that, with Derrick Henry out, they're going to have to be throwing the ball more to be more consistent in games. So that's why I have Tannehill where he's at. And yeah, Derek Carr's been electric. He was number 1 QB for the first couple weeks, but obviously kind of fell off a little bit, so we'll go from there. Now we're going to go B tier here. Starting off B tier. I'm going to go Kirk. Kirk has been really solid this year. Overall, I think he's just performed well. You can't really complain. The Vikings just have been very unlucky, like they always are. Losing by not very many points, and overall, they literally could be like a top. I don't know. They could have an extra. They should probably have an extra like 2-3 wins than they do. But what can you say? Can't really say much there. Next up, kind of torn. I have my next two that I'm thinking of. Or sorry, Wentz goes, and then it's the two I'm thinking of. Wentz, Colts offense has been really good. Wentz is kind of revitalized well, and is showing why the Colts spent that first round pick on him to trade for him, and he's been very good. Been able to sling the ball around, get some touchdowns, obviously hand the ball off to their star running back Jonathan Taylor, and has played very solid. Then I'm going to go Matt Ryan. Again, very solid. At this point, this B tier, you're looking at just solid options. Most of these won't be starters, but in the few scenarios, they could be starters. Your main starters are these guys, but if you have a team like Hunter's team where he's got Hurts and Herbert, you could see some of these guys starting. Next up, see, I have my two here. It's Daniel Jones and Tua. But since we're going off the Dolphins room, I'm gonna go Daniel Jones. And since we're going off room, I'm actually gonna go Seahawks and then Tua to round out my B tier. Again, if it was just Russell Wilson, he'd be A tier. But since it's taking into account Russell Wilson and Geno Smith, they're averaging 15 total. I think Geno's putting up 10 and Russ is putting up 20 on average. So averaging them out about 15. I'd put them about there. Now we got C tier. These guys shouldn't be starting. If you're in a very deep league, then I guess you could be starting these guys. But realistically, these guys shouldn't be starting QBs unless you have bye weeks. Started off, I'm gonna go Heineke. I'm gonna go Teddy. I'm gonna go Baker. We're just gonna rail these ones off here. I'm gonna go Darnold. No, wait, yeah, we'll go Darnold. And we're gonna do that actually. And then I'm gonna go with personally it's down to I'm gonna go Niners. We'll go that one. That'll round out C tier. Quick fired him. Washington, Heineke's played well. He's had his games where he's boomed, his games where he's busted. Usually, I think he's averaging 15, 16 points-ish fantasy-wise. So, put him there. Teddy Bridgewater, about the same, 15, 16 points fantasy-wise. Good, solid, average quarterback. Baker had a few games where he's put up 5, but he's also had the games where he's put up 20, 25. They lean on the run too much, and obviously releasing Odell technically has helped, I guess, Baker. For some reason, last game it really helped him, but overall, just kind of, he's been pretty mid. Saints, now we're talking about their QB core. Jameis was having a really good season, went down. Now we're having Simeon start. Simeon's been alright, not great, not bad. Defense really carries that team, but they put up decent fantasy points. Darnold at the beginning of the year was looking like a top fantasy QB, potentially, scoring very easily, but has kind of lost his rhythm, lost his momentum, and has fallen off very hard. And then Jimmy G and Trey Lance, I don't know how much they average. I think they average 13 to 15. Not as much as the others, but Trey Lance has rushing upside and could potentially start. Now we got D tier. Mac, Lawrence, Bears, no, Texans go here. Texans, Jags, Bears, Steelers, Jets, Lions. That's the QB list for fantasy. I don't think I really have to explain this very well. Garbo. If they started Mike White and Josh Johnson every week, would be a lot higher. But since Zach Wilson played pretty bad the last couple weeks, or the first few weeks was bad, only hits checkdowns, doesn't really throw the ball very far. Rushing upside with Fields. Fields could definitely rise up higher in the ranks over the next couple weeks, but I had a few bad weeks, so his average points and position rank is pretty low. Lawrence had his weeks where he's been really good, and he's also had the weeks where he's been really bad. It all depends how the Jags offense is really playing that week. It'll depend on his points and where he stands. Tyrod, sadly, Tyrod would be higher, but since we take Davis Mills into account, Texans are lower. And Mac has been alright. A lot of checkdowns, kind of plays like Brady. And overall, I would say that's how I'd rank them. So QB-wise, this is fantasy ranked, by the way. Again, just full disclosure, it's based off fantasy. Personally, I would put, obviously, I think Rodgers is higher. I think Stafford would be higher. Hurts would be a lot lower. But since we're talking fantasy here, we're going to do that. Next up, running backs. Running backs are an interesting discussion this year because obviously besides Derrick Henry, your first 5 picks at running back of McCaffrey, Saquon, Dalvin, Kamara, and then Derrick Henry would be the 5th, would be 5. Those were the top 5 running backs, and McCaffrey, Dalvin, Saquon have all had injury issues. And then Kamara just hasn't performed very well, so that's why I got them where they are. But obviously, number 1 rates. Even with the injury, even though he got injured, I'm still gonna keep him there. He's the number 1 running back. It's not even a question. It sucks that he got dropped, but that he got injured. Sorry, but still number 1 running back. As well, there are a few guys on here that I put on here that aren't actually pictured on here. So one of them is Cordell Patterson. What I did is I just said, I think they had Todd Gurley in a Falcons jersey, so he's technically was on the Falcons. So I'm just going to say Todd Gurley's face is Cordell Patterson. If he was on there, then that. And also, there's a few people that are, not in the league, like Frank Gore. So, obviously, they're going to be bottom. And there's a few that haven't played this year. Which is why this is, poor/IR. Players that haven't played well, but, or just on IR. Can't really judge. Number 2. I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor. Honestly, I'm just gonna bang out this first round. Number 3. See, this is tough because obviously you have McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook, but they haven't played much this year, which is really hurting their rankings. I'm gonna go Eckler, Najee, where is he? Dalvin, trying to find who I'm looking for. DeAndre Swift. I don't know, to top off 7. So I'm going 7 here. I'm pretty sure that's how many it's supposed to be here. If we need to adjust while we go, we can. But, and no, I'll give it to Kamara. Derrick Henry, obviously, no need to explain. Jonathan Taylor, kind of obvious, no need to explain. Good rushing, good passing upside. Eckler, again, good rushing, passing upside, gets a lot of volume. Najee gets all the value and is pretty good. Dalvin, been injured, but would say he's still top 5 running back. DeAndre Swift, number 6. I think by the end of the year, he goes into the top 5. And obviously, if you're not counting Derrick Henry, he is top 5. But since I'm counting Derrick Henry, he's number 6. And then Alvin Kamara, 7. Hasn't been personally what we'd like, but I think he's a decent end of the year. Aaron Jones will be number 8. McCaffrey, 9. Actually, sorry. I'm being dumb. My mistake. I'm actually forgetting the number 3 running back in fantasy this year. Cordell Patterson. Don't know. Don't know. Don't understand it. I just don't understand it. He gets the top 7. Honestly, he deserves to be top 7. He's number 3. But obviously, talent-wise, and if we're not talking PPR-wise, he's not even close to there. But that's cool. Yes, I know it's Todd Gurley. That's Cordell Patterson. We're just gonna say that's Cordell Patterson. And same with on the wide receiver one, we're saying that Julian Edelman is Cooper Kupp because, well, I don't have Cooper Kupp on there. I tried finding the best one I could, but that's the best ranking I could find. So, or the best amount of players ranking I could find. So, just gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Yeah. Now we got Kamara, Aaron Jones, McCaffrey. See, this gets tough. I'm gonna go Chubb. Another person dealing with injury problems, but not as bad as McCaffrey and stuff, but not as good as McCaffrey either. Saquon, when he's played, another one with injury problems, but when he plays, he's averaging, when he's healthy and playing, I think he's averaging 20 a game. And then James Robinson has been very good, overall wise, and has been a very good running back in fantasy this year. After the first couple games not getting used much, he's starting to get value, and I definitely put him there. Now I'm gonna go Zeke. I think Zeke is very good. Realistically, Zeke is very good. So I don't think he's better than these, but I got him at there. He could jump up, but yeah, I'm just gonna keep him there for now. I'm gonna go Kareem Hunt. Obviously, injury problems, but when healthy, averages 20. Cool 20 a game. As well, Cam Akers, I'm saying that's Daryl Henderson Jr. because, obviously, the Rams. Daryl Henderson, I think that's where I'm putting him. Yeah, I'll put Daryl Henderson here, and I'm going to go Mixon, Jacobs. Funny enough, both are Hunter's running backs. They're very inconsistent, but when they are playing well, they put up a lot of points. I don't think I'm missing anybody yet. No, I'm not missing anybody yet. Montgomery. And then I'm going to finish it off with Connor and Fournette. 2 guys that have been balling out. If I had Chase Edmonds, I'd put him around here as well. I honestly would say like him and Connor are basically the same. They get the same amount of points basically. So that's what I'm doing. Fournette has had a really nice season. Really has put himself as the Bucs' #1 running back. Now here we get to a lot of the disappointments this year. The major disappointments. Chris Carson, Antonio Gibson, both have been very disappointing. Miles Sanders, another very big disappointment. And then I'd say Gaskin goes after just because he's also like, he's such a weird running back because he puts up either 35 or he puts up 5. He doesn't put up like 15, like average 10, 15, 20 points, whatever. It's either boom or bust, basically. He's the definition of boom or bust. Melvin. I could put Melvin above Gaskin. I honestly could put Melvin above a lot of these guys. What's good? Who is it? I can't put YouTube channel to name. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to type in chat who. I feel like I remember the YouTube channel. I can't remember who it is behind it. Oh, I thought so. I was thinking, I think that's Punky, right? Yeah. What's good, Punky? How we doing? We're just doing some tier lists so far. Let's see. Next up, I'll go Clyde and Kenyon Drake. I guess I'll go Kenyon Drake than Clyde because Kenyon Drake's been a little more consistent. But yeah, a lot of the last guys, most of these guys, their backups are don't play or hurt. Like our Texans running backs. Oh, nice, good stuff. Yeah, I'm just chilling, doing tier lists, doing rankings for football. Just kind of chilling, having a nice stream. Going to be going over the picks for the week and stuff like that after this. And then also going to be doing type of award show. Almost like going over MVPs of every team and MVP in general so far. And kind of see what I project for the future. For the future fantasy. I'm not even going to rank these bottom guys because realistically, I guess Damian Harris. I guess I'd throw Damian Harris onto the end of that because you could start him still. He's probably better starting than most of these guys. But that's kind of how I rank running backs right now. Again, disclaimer, Cordell Patterson and Daryl Henderson. Now, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is a lot of rankings. I'm not even going to rank these. I'm just going to throw them in categories. You know what? I'm throwing them in categories. I ranked them before. It literally took me like half an hour to rank them all. I'm not spending half an hour ranking each one by one. They get their ranks. That's their rank. Jamison Crowder. I'll throw. Good. Not consistent enough. Deebo Samuel, elite. Marquise, good. Boyd, not that good. Thanks. I'm like, obviously, like, if I'm not having fun doing it, like, I wouldn't want to. I would try for a couple weeks. If I wasn't having fun, I'd still try to do it. But honestly, I'm having fun, and it's nice uploading every week. just having something to do, to look forward to, just to post on YouTube and just have fun with. So, yeah, I think I also would agree with that. That if you're not enjoying what you're doing, like you're not gonna have you're not gonna be good at it. Basically, that's kind of how I see it. If you look miserable while you're doing it, you're not gonna like what's gonna happen. Like not much is gonna happen there. I mean, yes, I'm streaming to what most I've gotten at 1.5 viewers on one of these podcasts, I think, at one time, and averaging like I don't know 5 views a video or 6 views a video, whatever. I don't really care. Like I've said this multiple times, I don't care about the subs. But I like to have a lot of subs and a lot of views, stuff. Of course, everybody would. But I don't see it as that. I do this for fun. I don't do this as a job. I would love to do it as a job, but I do this just for fun. And that's why there has been times where you've seen breaks on YouTube. Sorry to get off track, but this is pretty big topic, I would say. Um that's why with my channel here, you'll see breaks where I don't know, what was it? Last year, like during COVID and stuff, had a lot of breaks. I think I had at one point, I had like 6 months without uploading anything. Um, I just wasn't enjoying it at the time. But now, being in college and, doing stuff like this, I'm actually enjoying doing it, having fun, and, just really enjoying what I'm doing. So, no, yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying, though. Anyways, let's get back. I did my little side check, did my little spiel. Let's get back to the ratings. But thanks for stopping by. Thielen, great. Sanders, solid. Stephon here, solid. Chase, elite. I'll throw Chase elite. Hopkins, great. AB, great. Yeah, I am currently going to Bradley. Just a little college. I had it in the background a few videos, or a few streams on Twitch and stuff like that, but it's in Peoria, so just kind of a nice place. Yeah, Bradley College. It's nice. I just have fun, and yeah, it's just kind of nice to stream here and have that. So yeah. Pittman, good. It's been very good recently. I could put him great, but for now I'm gonna keep him as good. Bryan Edwards hasn't done enough yet. Ty hasn't done anything. That's Cooper Kupp. Again, Cooper Kupp. Sadly, he's not on this list right now, so I can't really put him on there. But yeah, Evans has been great. Terry has been solid. I'm not gonna put him. I'll put him good. We'll put him good. Mike Williams, good. Coop, good. DJ Moore, good. If he kept up the production he had been having, I'd put him great. For now, good. Deontay, good. Claypool, good. Or solid, I mean. Judy, solid. Keenan, great. Gallup, not that good. Darius... no, that's Shepard, sorry. Shep, solid. CeeDee Lamb, good. Valdes-Scantling, they're solid for Sutton. Good for Diggs, not great, but good. Solid for Juju. Not that good for Slayton. Alright, peace out. Thanks for coming to the stream. Hope you enjoyed while you were here. Peace. Always fun just to have people in the stream. Anybody wants to talk on stream, let me know. Or not, you don't even have to let me know at all. Just pop in, really. Pop in the stream, type in chat, if you're in the Discord, you can join the Discord. Anytime I'm streaming, I'm usually in the Discord if people want to join. So, or I always have chat pulled up on my right. So I don't know if you guys can see, but like how my monitor's set up. Yeah, I got 2 monitors set up there with chat on the oh gosh. Oh gosh, hold on. Perfect. That's good. That's something I enjoy doing. As long as if I'm having fun myself and I'm making content that people enjoy, that's all I really care about. That's the beauty of it. DK great. Kirk has been good this year, honestly. I had him in solid the last ranking I did, but I have him solid. Shark, not that good. I'll put Julio in solid for now. Jarvis in solid. I had them both in not that good before, but they've been they haven't been able to really get a ton of targets and stuff. They've also dealt with injuries, but when they're there, solid. Corey Davis, I'm putting, honestly, another 2 people that I had lower. Corey Davis and Devonta Smith, both putting them in good. Had some really nice weeks. Galladay, not that good, hasn't had a very good season. Higgins, not that good. Mike Thomas, forgot to do this. Not playing. Mike Thomas hasn't played. Curtis Samuel hasn't been very good this year. Devontae, elite. Ayuk hasn't played well, but hopefully he'll be up to solid. Lazard, not that good. Robbie Anderson, not that good. Allen Robinson, not that good for Allen Robinson. Potentially could be solid, but for now, not that good. Great for Godwin. Lockett has been solid. Better, I'd say good, better than solid. Cooks, great. Marvin Jones has been solid. Waddle's been good. Tyreek, yeah. I had somebody that's down here. I think. No, I'll put Tyreek elite. Oh yeah, it's Chase. Justin Jefferson, great. And then obviously Ridley, Odell aren't playing, and Fuller's not been that good. These aren't the official rankings. Like obviously, Cup, Devontae, and Debo would have been 1, 2, 3. But these are elite, great, good, solid, not that good, bum, and not playing. I had a few more. I had 2 more not that good, and I had 2 more in great. The original time going through. I think I had. I don't remember what I had. Anyways. That's the wide receiver tier list. So, yeah, that's what I'm going with. Now, I'm going to go over, since this is mid-season, we've had some time to look over. Let's go over everybody's team, and let's go over their MVP. Every team is MVP. We'll obviously start with mine, because, I made the show and stuff. I would say my MVP this year, has been Najee Harris. If I had to give it to anybody, I'd say Najee Harris has been my MVP. I got him early enough on, and he's been solid all the way through. I tried getting him right here, Couldn't get him. I ended up getting him around week 4, week 5, I want to say. It was after the Cooper Kupp trade. My MVP here has been Najee Harris. Actually, I can see when I traded for him. September 24th. Ever since then, he's been very good. And kind of solidified my running back core. And he's always been my solid running back. Dalvin and DeAndre Swift have had weeks where they haven't played well, but Najee has been the carry. And the MVP I drafted, Christian McCaffrey, made me $60. Christian McCaffrey. But yeah, Najee Harris has definitely been an MVP. My team. Hunter's team. His MVP, I'm going to say his MVP has been Deebo Samuel. Deebo has put up 30, had a few weeks of 30, had a few weeks of 20, and had a few weeks of 10. But I would say Deebo, I'd say either Deebo or I would say, obviously Devontae Adams. But since Devontae Adams missed that 1 week, I'll say Deebo is the MVP of Hunter's team. Conan's team, the best player on his team, I guess. I'd say his MVP would be Cordell Patterson, number 2 PPR running back, averaging 23 a game. So, yeah, he doesn't really play though. And then boom. Honestly, his MVP was probably Tom Brady because he traded him for so much. But on his team now, I'll say his MVP of his team so far has been Jamar Chase. After he actually no, I can't really say Jamar Chase because he just kind of got him. Honestly, his MVP might actually be Justin Tucker. Honestly, he's clutched up for him a few times and put up some big numbers for him to clutch up some dubs. So, in terms of value to his team, like, no, yeah, his MVP is Justin Tucker. Cat's MVP so far, 100% Cooper Kupp. 100%. Honestly, if I was to do the trade back, I think I would have rather had Kupp than Najee, based on the fact that now my receiving core isn't... I kind of am missing that receiver. Number 1 receiver compared to that number 1 running back. But I kind of be in the same situation, basically. Anyways, yeah, Cooper Kupp, MVP of Cat's team by far. I would say Daryl Henderson's been solid as well. And, but yeah. And then for Logan, his MVP, honestly, I'd say either Eckler or Tyreek Hill. Eckler had a few very good weeks for him. He's been a little down recently, but I'd say Eckler has been his MVP. And then I would say Tyreek Hill has been the other MVP for him, having those big, big weeks. Is Rodrigo Blankenship back now? Oh, he's not. He hasn't actually switched his kicker out. I don't know when the last time Logan checked fantasy was, but he's still projected to win this week. Still got a pretty solid team. Jack's MVP. I'd say Aaron Jones has been kind of risky for him. He's had a few games where he hasn't played well. Same with D-Hop, too. Same with Kyler. And then McCaffrey obviously missed some time. Mark Andrews... I'll go as MVP's been Aaron Jones. It's a toss-up between him and Mark Andrews. But I'll give it to Aaron Jones. Justin Jefferson too, but he had that 1 week where he had 4 points. I'd say that's definitely been his MVP so far. AJ's 100% was Derrick Henry, but I guess now it's Darren Waller. But yeah, if I was really saying, I would say this Derrick Henry, 100% Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is 100% AJ's MVP. Sean's MVP so far, probably Kelsey. Even though Kelsey's had those few games where he hasn't played well, he's just always been very good at tight end. And I'd say he's one of the better players that's still left on Hunter's team or on Sean's team. But yeah, and then the MVP of the Pats team, 100%, 1,000,000%. Josh Allen and DK Metcalf. I don't really know which one of the two. I'll say Josh Allen. Even though, yes, he just had 10 points, the recency bias would say that's not. I'll say Josh Allen. He's been one of the best QBs in the league, and he's been putting up insane numbers. And then Justin's MVP, definitely Jonathan Taylor. No questions asked there. Jonathan Taylor. There's no questions there. 100% Jonathan Taylor. The league MVP so far would definitely be Derrick Henry and Cooper Kupp. I think they split the award. Derrick Henry may be a little bit better than Cooper Kupp, but I'd say Cooper Kupp definitely. Him and Henry, been number one in running back receiver the entire league. But since Henry's out now, I'll say it's definitely Cooper Kupp. He's been the MVP of the year. One thing I do want to look over now. Now that we have, hindsight, looking over these draft picks, let's look over some of the steals and look over some of the busts. Obviously, for me, I took McCaffrey at 1 and sold them to Jack for $60. So I can't really grade that. Dalvin, Cat flipped to me for Kareem Hunt and Dawson Knox. I wouldn't say he was a bust, but wasn't the best pick. Saquon at 3 has been a bust so far, even though I love Saquon. I think he's a very good running back. Been a bust so far. Kelsey at 4 was decent pick for Sean, even though it was auto-drafted. All of Sean's picks were auto-drafted. Pretty good pick there. Kamara at 5. Honestly, even though Kamara hasn't been well, that's still a decent pick. Well, I don't know what he's at right now. He's number 5 technically in PPR, so I guess that's a good pick. Derrick Henry at 6 was the best pick of the draft for AJ. But now that he's out for the year and he's not on AJ's team, I guess I would say it was a good pick. Zeke at 7 for Conant. That was a decent pick. Wasn't great, wasn't bad, but pretty decent pick. Aaron Jones at 8 for Jack. I mean, he's number 8th ranked running back. I'd say it's alright pick, not the best, not the worst. Devonta Adams at 9, great pickup. First receiver off the board, definitely deserved to be. Definitely is still the best receiver off the board. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor, this might be the steal of the draft at 10. Justin was able to get him. I really wanted Jonathan Taylor in the second round, and I was actually trying to make a move. Because I think we had draft pick trading, but trying to move up to number 10 with Justin. To get Jonathan Taylor, but didn't end up working. So, yeah. And then Eckler was a really good pick at the end of the first round, number 4 running back. It's been a steal of a pick too. Tyreek round 2, number 2 receiver off the board. Definitely a really good pick. I wouldn't say a steal of a draft pick, but it's been a very, very good pick. Devontae Adams wouldn't be the number 1 receiver off the board. He'd be number 3, though. Chubb, not a bad pick. 14th ranked, has been injured in and out. But not bad. Joe Mixon, again, not a bad pick. He was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12th running back off the board. So the fact that he's number 6 overall has been a good pick. Diggs, bust. Big bust for Diggs there. D-Hop, I'd say that was a bust. Najee, steal, one of the steals of the draft right here, getting Najee at round 2, pick 6. Mahomes, massive bust. Massive bust. Insane bust. Antonio Gibson, another insane bust. One of the worst picks. DK being the 4th receiver off the board. He's number 8. It's been a meh pick. Calvin Ridley, big bust. Isn't playing either. So good luck to him. Hopefully he has mental health in order and stuff. Clyde, big bust for me here. Reached, swung for the stars, big bust. Keenan, not bad. I'm not mad about the pick. I'm still quite happy with the pick. Definitely wasn't a bust, but AJ Brown was looking like a bust, but now, I mean, cat-wise, it was a bust, but for me, definitely not a bust. Josh Allen, another number 2 QB off the board. Taken in round 3, a little high. Realistically, 4th, 5th round maybe for him. But not terrible. Swift, big steal for Sean here. Leads the league in receiving yards. Luckily, I was able to trade for him. I really like DeAndre Swift. Justin Jefferson, another He's been very good as a receiver. Not highly ranked, but better than a few of the receivers above him. Miles Sanders, bust. Big bust. Hasn't played enough. Hasn't been able to get the touches. Kittle, realistically, without injuries, wouldn't be a bust, but with the injuries he's had, definitely a bust. Montgomery, another pick at round 3, pick 8. Once I get past round 4, I'm also just going to skip around. I'm not going to keep going through each pick. Evans, pretty decent. Getting him in round 3. He's been number 11. He's had his games where he's gone for 30, but he's also had a few games where he's gone for like 10 and 5. So, overall pretty solid though. CeeDee Lamb. For now, I'm just going to say it's a meh pick. Not bad, not great though, for being honest. Chris Carson, bust. He was able to get him late, but still a big bust. Take him in the 3rd round. Julio. Logan actually got back-to-back busts in this draft. Luckily, I think he made up for it later, but big busts there. Terry McLaurin I'd say Terry McLaurin's been a bust so far. Hasn't been great. Has had some meh production. Jacobs, another injured, so. But, when he plays, he's pretty average. Kyler was looking like the steal of the draft, but then he had a few weeks where he didn't perform the greatest, so especially against Green Bay. I don't know. Oh, he didn't play. Duh. Never mind. Sadly, starting to have some injury problems now, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. But we'll see. Russ bust. This has been a bust. Obviously, injury problems played a big role, but still a bust. Waller, eh. Number 3 tight end off the board. It's number 5 tight end total, I think. Yeah, he's been to say the least. Round 4. Cooper, another Can't really judge too well. Number 23 position, 15 average points. Pretty meh. Dobbins, massive busts on IR. Sucks. Godwin, I'd say this was a good pick for Pat to get Godwin end of round 4. Obviously, there are better options on the board, but not bad. Thielen's been not bad. He's been number 13. Again, still very touchdown dependent. But, yeah, pretty good. And we had my picks again. Messed them up again. Robinson and Woods. Big busts. Woods hasn't been terrible, I guess. He's been number 12. But Robinson's been one of the biggest busts in fantasy. So, yeah. Now we're just going to scroll through. Daryl Henderson here was a really nice pick for Cat. Definitely pretty good potential. Mark Andrews, good pick from Pat. He traded him to me for Pittman and Carter, which at the beginning, when I actually made the trade, I thought I fully fleeced him. But Pittman has been very good, and Carter's been very good. So, EJ Moore looked like it was going to be a good pick, but he's now playing so we'll see. ETN bust. Ayuk, that's a bust. Lamar in round 5 is not terrible. Same with Deontay. Deontay's been well. And Pitts has been alright. Not great. Cup and Chase back-to-back. Steals of the draft, I'd say. 2 top 5 receivers. So, Logan messed up these 2 picks, but redeemed himself by getting Cup and Lamar. Then, Chase. Yeah, again, steal of the draft. Hunt, honestly, in round 6, this was a really good steal. Really, really good steal. Being so late. He's a really good running back. Gaskin a bust. Galladay a bust. Hawkinson's been alright. He looked really good, like a really, really good pick at the beginning, but hasn't been very good recently. Judy, I kind of reached on Judy here. Realistically, I should have taken him around here, but you never know. Any other ones? Higgins, Tanyan, Odell, all busts. Same with Mostert, got injured. Debo, another one of maybe the steals the draft at number 3 receiver, picked in round 7. I liked the Javonte Williams pick. He's not bad. He sadly wouldn't start for me, but still as a running back, has been very good. Fournette, another really good steal there. Bucks defense taking off the board around 8. Kind of a very high pick, but another big steal here from Boone, getting Brady in round 8, pick 7, being number 1 QB fantasy. One pick away from another one of the steals of the draft, I would say. In Brandon Cooks, he's been a top 10? Top 15. Top 15 fantasy receiver. At the beginning of the year was a lot better than earlier, but whatever. Stafford, solid pick for me. QB3. And got him in round 8. Watson, massive bust. I mean, it was a 9th round pick, but still could have been used better by me. Corey Davis was a really nice pickup here. Could have used that picking on Davis or Hurts, but obviously Ruggs was looking like the steal of the draft here. I thought Logan released Ruggs. I guess not. Was looking like one of the steals of the draft, but sadly, everybody knows what already happened there. Marquise in round 10 was a really nice pick. Same with Connor and Antonio Brown, another really big steal here. Luckily I was able to make the trades to get him and then trade him for Cup, but yeah. Fant as well sitting down here wasn't a bad pick. I took Broncos D and Gordon. Gordon wasn't a bad pick. He helped me get AB, and then yeah, realistically should have taken Devonta Smith, but I saw defenses going off the board. Had to get Broncos defense, and I wanted a backup running back at this point. So, let's see, any more here? Devonta Smith and Mike Williams in round 11 were really big steals for Cat and Logan. Who else? Jamal Williams wasn't a terrible pick here. At the beginning, he was looking like a better pick, but not as much. Michael Carter was a nice pickup here for me, being RB21. Sadly, traded him to Pat. Oh gosh, he said so much happened. Traded him to Pat. Pat dropped him. I picked him up. I dropped him. Hunter picked him up. He dropped him, and then he added him back. Actually, in that big game. Elijah Moore was a good pick down here. Luckily, he got dropped by Boone a while ago, but I picked him back up. Pittman, one of the steals of the draft. Ever since I traded him to Pat in this trade, Pat has held on to him, and my has he rewarded him. Kind of wish I didn't make that trade, but whatever. Jacoby Myers has been a good pick. Obviously I took Drew Lock as a joke. I'm pretty sure I picked up, I don't remember who I picked up right after the draft. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, overall, draft was pretty good. If you look at this team, the only players that are still on my roster from when I drafted, Keenan Allen, TJ Hawkinson, Jerry Jeudy, Stafford, and Brandon McManus. 5 out of the 16 players drafted are still on my roster. 5 players out of the 16 I drafted. Mad. Just crazy. Almost all of them have been traded. There's been a few that got dropped, like Sherman got dropped. Watson got dropped. But I think Locke got dropped. But the rest of them has been packaged in trades. Obviously, had the big trade with Clyde, Robinson, Woods, and Williams for Diggs and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, I thought that was just something cool I'd touch up on with this draft. Let's finish this off. Let's finish off with predictions. Jack didn't end up sending in his picks for this week, so we're just not going to count him for this week. If anything, at the end of the week, we'll just say, if for final scores, we'll say this week he went 6-6. Actually, I think we'll just go off winning percentage, like percent of wins and stuff. So I don't know, but let's go through these. Colts W. Broncos, W. Giants, W. Pats, W. Bills, L. Rams, L. Bungles, L. Really hot, really cold. Dolphins. They played the Falcons. Were they the ones that played the Falcons? I don't know. Dolphins played Texans. Never mind. W. Saints, L. Ravens, W. Chargers, L. Packers, L. Cards, dub. Don't want to talk about it. How many games were there? I guess that was all the games this week. I didn't realize there were so little games this week. Had 4, 5, 6, 7. Went 7 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 6. Not too bad. Went positive this week, which is better than last week. So what did I have that? Wait. Yeah, I thought so. So now we're up to 60 and 42, which not bad. Winning percentage has gone up a bit. Not much, but a little bit. So yeah. But now week 10. Whatever. I'm just letting Kat know that I'm doing. Just letting Kat know that I'm doing game picks now. Obviously last week was a crazy week of football. But yeah. Let's go through these. Dolphins, Ravens. We're gonna go Ravens. Saints, Titans. Honestly, this is a game that the Titans win or Titans lose and the Saints win a lot of the time. Because the Saints play really good against bad teams. But I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna go Titans this week. Bills, Jets. I'll go Bills, obviously. The Jets pull that win out, though. Jeez. Cardinals, Panthers, Cards. No, taking the upsets there. Broncos, Eagles, taking the Broncos. We're looking very good. That defense is playing insane. Falcons, Cowboys. Honestly, this would be a game the Cowboys lose, but wow, Cowboys. The Cowboys. Jags, Colts, gonna go Colts, even though, Urban grinds out those dubs against the Bills. He does not against the Colts. Browns, Pats. I'm gonna go Patriots here. Bit of a surprise, but I'm gonna go Pats. I don't think the Browns have 2 back-to-back weeks. One thing's for certain, all you have to do to get a right pick is bet against the Lions. I betted with the Lions one time. They screwed me over, and I'm not betting with them until they play a bad team. Until they play a really bad team. Steelers are not a really bad team, per se, so. Bucks over Washington, even though it could see Heineke just go off and go playoff form and beat the Bucks. But yeah, Vikings, Chargers. I'm gonna go. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go Vikings. I think the Vikings squeeze this one out. and they finally get their win. Seahawks, Packers. I'm gonna go Packers. Even if Rodgers plays or not, I think Packers still win that game. Chiefs, Raiders. Yeesh. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think they could get hot and start winning some games. And then lastly, Rams, Niners. Gonna go the Rams. I think the Rams finally clicked this week and put it all together after a tough loss last week to the Titans. I think they just demolished the Niners. So, yeah, I think those are my picks for this week. Sadly, I don't think gonna have anybody on the show today. Not a big deal. It's fine doing picks alone. But if anybody does want to hop on the show eventually, let me know, or just join the Discord during the streams, and yeah, talk. Doesn't really matter. You don't have to show your face, not to do face cam, whatever. Just kind of show up and talk football. That's all you gotta really do. Trying to think. Oh, right. Last thing. Well, two things, I guess. One, I am tempted to do once NFL season kind of gets towards the end here. I think in a couple of weeks, I'm planning on starting up a basketball podcast, NBA podcast, and NCAA podcast. So, I don't know if you guys think it's a good idea. Let me know. Probably gonna start that up. I think what I'm gonna do is I'll do kind of how I do these podcast shows on Wednesdays. I think I'll do the basketball ones maybe either Saturdays or I think I might do them Saturdays. I think that might be the best chance I have and the best time to do it would be a Saturday. So, but yeah. One last thing I want to talk about, something that has been causing a little bit of debate recently as well. NCAA football, the football power rankings. I don't understand them, dude. I could be wrong, obviously. I don't watch a ton of football, but I feel I watch enough of college football to know, different things and who I think should be in and who shouldn't. And I feel like I know who should be in the playoffs and also who shouldn't be in the playoffs. Where is it? Where is college football playoff power rankings? Right here. This is just something I want to get into real quick. Georgia won. No problems. No questions. They should be number one. Unless they lose to Alabama in the bowl game, title game, they should be number one the rest of the season. Now this is where, past number one, it gets dumb. Personally, to me, it gets dumb. You have a team like Alabama here. They lost to an unranked team. Now, granted, Alabama is a very good program. They're a very good team. But, again, they lost to an unranked team. Again, let's see, who did Oregon lose to? Let's just look at top 25 and look at teams that top 25 lost to. I think actually is this the actual ranking? Oh, this is actually the ranking here, so I don't have to go to this website. Here we go. Let's look. So Alabama lost to an unranked team. And they lost to Texas A&M, who were unranked at the time. Since then, Texas A&M now is 11, mainly because they beat Alabama, and now also because they beat Auburn. no problems with Texas A&M being 11. Maybe a bit high considering you have a team like Notre Dame or Oklahoma are only a few spots behind them. But fair enough. Not fair enough. Obviously now the it looks a lot better, but we'll you want to keep Alabama. I wouldn't put them 2. I'd put them more like 4, 3 or 4. But keeping them 2, that's fine. Honestly, fine. Oregon lost to an unranked Stanford and has not beaten, besides beating Ohio State at the beginning of the year, has not beaten anybody noticeable. Lost to Stanford unranked. And, I mean, besides beating Colorado by a decent amount, have not won and haven't won against Cal, only won by 7. UCLA only won by 3. Not many convincing games. Not many convincing wins. Number 3 somehow. Don't understand, but okay. No, fine. We'll roll with it. Ohio State lost to Oregon. Okay, no, it's fair. If you're going to put Oregon in 3, then yeah, Ohio State being in 4 is fine. But then you look at a team like Cincinnati, who's 9-0. They beat Notre Dame, who was number 9 at the time. Granted, yes, they haven't blown anybody out, and they barely beat a Tulsa team by 8 and didn't blow Tulane out. They only won by a little bit. Same with most of these games. They only won by a little bit. But if you're going to say, their wins weren't convincing enough, Oregon's wins weren't convincing enough either against unranked teams, and they lost to an unranked team. So how, besides the Ohio State win, Ohio State was 3 at the time? Yeah, it was 3. They were number 3 at the time. Yes, but they also lost to an unranked team. Where Cincinnati is still undefeated and beat number 9. Personally, I think Cincinnati could be in, but keep them at 5, peaking in. If Alabama loses, they should get in. That's the way I see it. So obviously Alabama and Georgia are probably going to play in the bowl game. Michigan's now this is another one that confuses me. Because obviously here, you look at Oregon, Ohio State. Okay, Oregon's above Ohio State because Oregon beat Ohio State. So then, wouldn't it be the same for Michigan and Michigan State? Considering Michigan State lost to an unranked team, which is not ranked, by the way. I don't think, they're not, other teams not ranked, that, Stanford's not ranked. Where's your logic there, though? Their logic doesn't add up in a lot of these situations, in their top 5, or whatever. Their logic doesn't add up. You put Oregon over Ohio State, because Oregon beat Ohio State, but lost to an unranked team, and Ohio State's won losses to Oregon. But then you put Michigan above Michigan State, because Michigan State lost to a unranked team, and Michigan lost to Michigan State. I don't know about you guys, that just sounds kind of weird. I feel like you have to have the same logic. So, yeah. And then you also look at a team like Oklahoma, undefeated right now. Now, granted, their best wins against number 21 Texas, and I think if they beat Baylor this weekend, which I think they will, I think they clearly jump up above Michigan State. 2 top 25 wins. Undefeated. That's my take on that. And then you also look at a team like Notre Dame. Only team they lost to was Cincinnati, who's number 7, is now number 5. And, I mean, you beat Wisconsin. Now, obviously, for Notre Dame to get in, they have to win out, and then I think they play in the ACC tournament. I'm not totally for sure what tournament they play in. I want to say it's ACC tournament they'll play in. Obviously, I'm not arguing for Notre Dame to be top above Oklahoma, Michigan State, Michigan, anything with them. But, like, I still feel like they are decent. Anyways, scratch that for now. Now, let's look at some other teams. Another thing. Obviously, now you have Purdue in the top 25, so I guess that would make sense why, why Michigan State. But yeah, like, that's the thing. So Michigan State now their loss isn't against an unranked team, like Ohio State and Alabama's are. What happens there? Michigan State's loss is better than Oregon's loss. So how is Oregon ranked higher? Michigan State also beat, at the time, number 6 Michigan, who were, again, number 6. They also have a top 25 win against Miami. How do you rank that? Obviously, this is going to be probably one of the biggest matchups. I think Ohio State and MSU play next. 11-20, they play. That's going to decide a lot of stuff. These next 3 games here for Ohio State is going to decide if they get in, and as well as if Michigan State or Michigan get in. But, the power rankings, they just make no sense, dude. I mean, look at a team like Iowa. Or, not Iowa, sorry. Not Iowa. My bad. Even look at a team that's not even ranked anymore. In, Penn State. Where are they at? Penn State, 6-3. The Illinois loss was... I guess the Illinois loss is the only thing you could say is keeping them out of the top 25. But, they lost to Iowa and Ohio State compared to someone like Arkansas, who's 6-3, who's lost to Georgia, Mississippi, and Auburn. So, Penn State's not top 25, though. The rankings just make no sense to me. I don't understand it. Obviously, Wake Forest needed to drop after losing this week. Personally, I think that the college football playoffs should be the exact same as the college basketball. I think it should be a March Madness type bracket, and I think it'd make it more fun too. I mean, makes it more fun, but also think about just make the bowl games bracket games. It's the same thing. Do you know how much more fun that would be, and how much better that would be? Also, not to mention bringing more revenue. You got more games, more teams playing, more revenue. Why? I don't see why there's an issue here. Then you could actually see, a team you got a team like Purdue, they'd be playing against, a team like, say they play, Cincinnati, something like that. And you could see, and also with the unbeaten teams, you could see how good they actually are. The undefeated teams. And you could also see, without just throwing them into the top 4, and they get smoked. Similar how happened with Notre Dame and happened with Uh, Washington, I think it was a couple years ago when they had John Ross and stuff. I think they got fourth. Or a team like Oklahoma as well when they had Kyler, Baker, and stuff. Um, so you don't have these undefeated teams that throw an undefeated team in there, but also so you don't throw a team with one loss to an unranked team, and then they lose to the unranked to a worse team. They're not as good as they seem. So I don't know. That's my spiel on it. Personally, I guess we have a few weeks to go. And we have a few big matchups to go. Obviously, Georgia-Alabama will be the big one. That'll decide. Because if Alabama wins, Alabama-Georgia both get in. If Georgia wins, personally, you can't put Alabama in. I think they'll try to. I think they'll try their hardest to get Alabama in. But personally, I don't think you can. Knowing NCAA, they'll probably just rig that game so Alabama wins. So then Alabama, Georgia both get in. But it's not here nor there. I'm also hoping we'll see, or we'll see if Oregon can hold up and stay in the top four. Personally, I don't think they should, but I don't know. And then we'll also see if Ohio State holds up. Ohio State, Michigan, and Michigan State all have some big games this coming up. Depending how they swing, could see all of them miss out. Like, we could honestly see Ohio State, Michigan, and Michigan State all kind of win one, lose one against each other in these last couple weeks. Michigan State beats Michigan, and then, say, Michigan beats Ohio State, then Ohio State beats Michigan State, and then you kind of have all three have beaten one another, but also lost to the other one. So honestly, could take all of them out with them, because they'd all be 8-2 at that point, except for Michigan State, who would be they'd all have 2 losses. Say they all have 2 losses and take each other out, basically. That's what I'm thinking could happen. Another one will be seeing if Cincinnati holds out their undefeated record. I don't remember what conference they play in, so who they'll play in their finals. Obviously, they haven't played anybody big besides Notre Dame. But yeah, I think there is double standards in these college football rankings that personally I don't like, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works. I really think that obviously I know that the committee doesn't want Cincinnati in there because they haven't played anybody and they could just not be that good compared to putting someone, say, like Michigan or Michigan State in, who are pretty good, have a few losses. I understand that. But when you're putting teams that lost to unranked teams over teams that their one loss is against a big-name team, and they both have the same top 25 wins, then that kind of gets sketchy. That's the way I see it. Because Alabama's still... They only have... I guess they have three top 15 wins against Miami, Florida, and Ole Miss. All 3 of which are not top 25 anymore. But when they were playing them, they were top 25. Barely beat LSU this week. And if Arkansas, and Auburn hold their top 25 ranks, then technically they have 5 top 25 wins, all of which wouldn't be top 25 by the end of the season. So I don't know how they judge that, if they judge it based off how they are versus, or if they judge it off of where they were when they played them. I don't know how the committee judges it. Nobody does. Well, I bet there's some people that know fully, but nobody. I don't know fully, I should say. There we go. That's what I'm trying to think of. But yeah, this is something I'm gonna probably start talking about college football a little bit more as we get closer to the bowl games. I also just want to thank you guys for the support on the channel and stuff recently. Obviously, pumping out these every week. Had a few averaging what was that 7 views video, which pretty nice. Obviously nothing crazy, but it's still nice to see. And I just hope you guys enjoy it. Again, I usually don't ask for likes, subs, whatever. But if you guys do enjoy, this one has been the longest. Oh, actually has not been. I'm actually surprised by that. Week 5 was actually the long. Week 5 was the longest. The live podcast that I did during actually week 5 in general. Week 5 and the week 5 podcast live were the 2 longest ones. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Again, these will be back. These will be back every week. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys want to see more, and if you guys want to see the NBA podcast coming up soon, be sure to let me know. Leave a like, sub,